Thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm Sarah Houseknecht, the Director of Communications for Wilson. I'm a former student athlete as well, but really excited to hear about your experience today and really get into a topic that's near and dear to my heart, balancing the books, the life of the student athlete. So this weekend is all about the sports side of things, but really want to just take a look at the other half of your jobs as student athletes and really how you continue to excel, not only on the court, but in the classroom. So to start, I'd love for just us really to go around, introduce ourselves, and tell us a little bit about what you're currently doing. For those of you that are still playing in school, please share what year you are in school and your major.
So Jay Hook, I went to Tulane 2011 to 2015. Had a good time, did well, and now I coach at De La Salle College in Toronto, Ontario. So I do that. This is my first year there, but coaching was always something that I wanted to do anyway. It was something I was doing while I was playing, so I enjoy it. Yeah.
My name is Jalen Cook. Play basketball here at Tulane, New Orleans. Sophomore, and just balancing the college, school life, and playing basketball now. So.
What's your major?
Health and wellness.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Dynah Jones. I am a upcoming junior here at Tulane. I major in business management, and I'm also just balancing books and school. Balancing books and basketball.
Awesome. So, Coach, I'll start with a question for you first, and I know you've had experiences on both sides now. So, I guess from a coaching perspective, how important is athletics for you when you're recruiting, whether that's someone coming out of high school or a transfer student? And really, what do good grades show? Like, what do those indicate to you when you're looking at a recruit?
I was always a firm believer. In you get what you want out of things. So, like, if you really wanted to play basketball, you would do what you needed to do to kind of do well in school, no matter if you didn't like it or not. So if you do well in school, it kind of shows your discipline, shows that you can handle multiple things, a lot of things on your plate. And then as student athletes, you have more to handle than most, maybe just normal students. And so it just shows a level of discipline that obviously stands out for those who may not do the same thing, So I think that, books, it's really important, definitely, especially when recruiting too, so, yeah.
And was that something that you guys were thinking about as you were going through high school? Like, I need to continue to excel in the classroom so I can be eligible and be recruited? And how important was that for you guys?
It was very important. Just knowing that you gotta keep your grades up to play, and that makes you go hard in the classroom and motivate others to go hard and stuff. So, school play a big role in your success on the court as well. So.
I definitely think it was very important as well. I grew up in a household that you could not have C's and play basketball. Like, basketball was a luxury, and if you didn't go hard in school, you couldn't go hard on the court. So definitely very important in my household.
Do you think being a student athlete has really helped you with time management?
Yeah, I think so. You have here at Tulane, you have people that's behind you that's willing to, help plan your days and stuff. So I think so, for sure.
Yeah. I'm a very organized person, and so when things are hectic for me, I always go back to my schedule, and we have this app. It's called Teamworks, and it has everything laid out for us, and it really helps for for a student athlete. We have so much to do on the court, off the court, so many things to worry about. So definitely, college has helped with time management for sure.
And then for you, transitioning from that really on-court role as a student athlete to the professional side of sports, how has sort of that structure of being a student athlete helped with that transition for you?
It's what I live by. When I don't have structure now, it's I kind of lose my mind a little bit because I'm so used to a routine, so used to having things that I have planned out and stuff. So that helps in my day-to-day life now. Whether that's being at school and having to have meetings or what. So I think in the long run, I really think time management is more important than mostly anything. If you don't have time management, you can't really balance everything else. So
for sure. And I was talking to Dynah a little bit about this earlier, but have you guys had the opportunity to do internships yet? And I guess first I'll ask, do you guys think you want to pursue a career in sports? Like, is that the way, at the end of the day, something like 2% of college athletes end up playing professionally. So not just basketball, but all college sports. So I'm always curious. Obviously, I played about 10 years ago or so, and I've then taken a career in sports, same here. So is that something you guys are looking to pursue, and have you had the opportunity to do any internships that can help you get there?
We were talking about earlier, I have not gotten the chance to, do an internship because basketball is such a hectic sport. However, I feel that if I reached out to anyone in the athletic department, like they'll be 100% willing to, help out or, point me into the right direction. Next year I'll be a graduate student, and I plan on going into sports studies and, using that master's degree to, further on my, experience in coaching, not coaching, but, in basketball in general.
What about you?
Yeah, same with me. I mean, right now basketball's really like the ultimate focus. But it's always, I always have like in the back of my mind, what I want to do after basketball or with my degree and stuff like that. So just, always having that in the back of my mind and stuff. But basketball is, is right now, the main focus. So.
Did you do any internships before transitioning into coaching?
I actually didn't either.
Okay.
Similar to these guys, it's kind of tough to, plan out those internships especially if we're in school in the summertime, so we don't really get the opportunity to a lot of times. But I did have the opportunity to go play pro for about 3 years. I ended up actually playing summer league with the Pelicans here, and all of those experiences really taught me a lot. And my professional career was a little halted because of injuries, and so I didn't really, necessarily choose to be in the coaching world. Like, it just kind of happened. It just kind of flowed like that. So at least I was, kind of prepared for it. But life happens, and it just, sport was my home. So I was comfortable in that, and it just it happened like how it happened. So
yeah. And I guess I'll just share my experience a little bit on this as well. But I actually had switched from playing basketball to volleyball in college, and so taking on a fall sport that really didn't bleed into the spring season so much allowed me to do some of those internships. And one thing I would say is, even with basketball being as really year long as it is, maybe reach out to your athletic departments, ask if there's project work you can help with. So that's definitely an area of opportunity if sports is where you want to pursue your career. For me, though, it was such a transition from basketball to volleyball that I had this whole semester and I started doing a lot of internships. So I definitely understand that basketball is a bit harder in that respect. And then I would also say companies like Wilson, we have very much project-driven internships that you guys should totally explore. So you don't have to sign up for a whole year or a whole summer, So we actually run a pro-am in Chicago called Shy League. And we hired a bunch of student athletes last summer to really take on that project with us. So definitely keep an eye out for things like that, because 3 weeks is way easier to sort of take on than maybe a whole summer. So, and I guess that was a little bit of advice from me, but I'd love to just get a sense of what advice do you guys have for young students, maybe in high school right now, that are trying to get to where you're at and even beyond?
I would say, definitely stick to, what you're doing and, focus on school first. School has to be your number one priority, because if you don't have the grades in college, you can't play. And that's the ultimate goal at the end of the day, for students to play. So I would say focus on school, work hard, and, your dreams will come true.
I would say just put the work in every day. If you wanna get to the next level, just keep working, put the work in, because at the end of the day, that's how you're gonna get there. It's all gonna pay off on the court, and just stay focused and stay in the books. Other people try to get you off focus and stuff, but you gotta stay focused and keep growing every day in every aspect.
The advice I have now is just, similar to these guys, just work hard. The more work you put in with anything, school or actually on the court stuff, it'll pay off. It'll pay off. So my thing is, work as hard as you want, and then you will reap the benefits for how hard you work. Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys have mentors on the athletic side of things, but I'd be really curious, who do you guys look to, whether it be, a tutor that maybe your team provides you access to, or a coach, or actually a professor? Who's sort of that mentor on the academic side of being a student athlete?
So on my team, we have academic coaches, and what we do is 4 people go with each coach. And my coach is Olivia Grayson. We call her OG. She is my academic coach, and I go to her for anything, really. We also have an athletic advisor, Dan Jacobs. He's really good at his job. He keeps us on track, and we have a lot of support in that area. So yeah.
My athletic advisor, Miss Wendy, she stays on us a lot. Trying to get to study all every day, and our coaches too. They motivate us and give us examples of after basketball, you still gonna have life. So my coaches and my academic advisor.
Yeah. What about you when you were growing up? Who was a mentor in respect to really hitting the books?
It's funny because I know all of those guys. They said Miss Wendy, Olivia. We call it Turtle though. But when I was growing up, I guess my mom really, she didn't allow me to have a C when I was in school too. And she just really honed it in me, and I slipped maybe 6th, 7th grade just because I wanted to not hit it so hard. But then after I realized how beneficial having good grades is, I just kind of hit it even harder, and I didn't slack off after that. So my mom, and then a couple guys when I was in school, Coach Shimon Williams and Donald Reyes, and those guys really stayed on me about my books and stuff.
Yeah. And I guess what else should the audience know about Tulane Athletics that we haven't talked about? I didn't ask specifically about your school, so tell me. I'm from New York, so I'd love to hear about Tulane.
Our men's basketball team and women's basketball team had awesome years this year, and we're building something great. Our baseball team is awesome. I think they ranked. Yeah. Baseball team ranked top 25. We got a lot of good programs. A lot of programs.
I also just want to add. He mentioned, the men's basketball, women's basketball. This season has probably been the best season of my career here at Tulane, just for the simple fact of fans coming to the games and. Just all the support we've gotten this year. It's been really amazing, and we both have amazing coaches, Ron Hunter and Lisa Stockton. They are tremendous people, not only on the court, not only tremendous coaches, but tremendous individuals. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else or be anywhere else in the world. I love Tulane, and I always rock with the roll wave.
Absolutely.
Similar experience when you were there, I assume?
Yeah. As soon as I touched down, I felt the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I love it here. Everything you want, you can get here. You don't really, want for anything else outside of this culture. So it was wonderful.
And I guess last question for you, since you told me that you are also pursuing a graduate degree. So I guess having that eligibility back, sort of making lemonade out of the lemons of COVID, right? So why was sort of using that extra year really important to you? Because again, like you're actually extending the academic side of really your education through athletics, which I think is super cool.
I would say I wanted to finish at Tulane, not only because the university is tremendous. The connections you can get, off the court is really a lot. Like my mentor Tiffany Adu, she graduated from Tulane, and she's worked with nonprofit organizations around sports. So just the connections that I know I can get from Tulane itself, and I just think that I know there's other places, but I'm pro Tulane. Okay, I love Tulane so much. And yeah, that's really it. That's really why I chose to stay here and get a graduate degree. And yeah, that's really it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for spending a little bit of time with me today and with our Wilson basketball community. So from the Final Four, this is our student athlete discussion, and thank you guys again for being here.
Thank you.